Are you looking for an effective way to wean your 3-year-old off breastfeeding? In this video, I'm going to share with you the best tips and tricks on how to successfully say goodbye to breastfeeding without too much stress or tears. 1. What is the best age to wean off breastfeeding? The best age to wean off breastfeeding is a personal choice and may depend on the individual mother and child. Generally, the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends that babies be exclusively breastfed for at least the first 6 months of life. But it is safe to start the process of weaning from any age between 1 year and 3 years old. Though every child is different, most children are ready to begin this transition by 3 years old. 2. How do I start the process of weaning my 3-year-old off breastfeeding? The process of weaning a 3-year-old off breastfeeding can be challenging, but it doesn't have to be stressful. A gentle and gradual approach is often the most successful way to go about the process. You should start by slowly reducing your little one's breastfeeding sessions, allowing them time and freedom to adjust at their own pace without feeling rushed or pressured. Begin by cutting out a single session every few days. Then gradually reduce further as your child becomes more comfortable with not nursing as often. Another important part of this process is to replace each drop breastfeeding session with an activity that you both enjoy doing together, like reading books, playing games, or going for walks. 3. Are there any strategies or techniques that can support me in this process? If you're looking for some strategies or techniques to assist you in the weaning process, there are a few that may help. Firstly, make sure your child is ready by talking with them and assessing their readiness. If they seem to be very hesitant or reluctant, it may be best to take things slower and give yourself more time before completing the transition away from breastfeeding. Secondly, consider rewarding your child after successful transitions away from nursing sessions. This could involve offering small rewards such as stickers or candy each time they make progress toward their weaning goals. 4. How long will it take for my baby to get used to no longer being breastfed? Weaning is a process that can take anywhere from several days to several weeks, and even months, depending on the age of your baby and how often your baby was breastfed. During this time, it's important to be patient and consistent with your baby as you gradually transition him or her away from breastfeeding. Offer comfort, support, and love during the weaning process. This will help your little one feel secure in the change taking place. If necessary, try to schedule special activities for you and your child during this time so that he or she has something else to look forward to. Additionally, make sure you keep communication open throughout the weaning process. If your baby expresses any reluctance about ceasing breastfeeding sessions, talk about his or her concerns and try to make the experience as positive as possible. 5. Is it normal for a toddler to resist being weaned from breastfeeding? Yes, it is normal for a toddler to resist being weaned from breastfeeding. This can be a very difficult transition for both the parent and the child. It's important to remember that this is a process of change and it will take time. Be patient with yourself and your toddler as you work through this transition together. It may help to talk about other things your toddler can do instead of breastfeeding, such as reading stories or playing games. Additionally, it may help to introduce other sources of comfort when transitioning away from breastfeeding, such as cuddling or giving hugs. Lastly, nursing should never be taken away abruptly. Rather, decrease gradually so your child has time to adjust. By following these tips and having patience during this process, you can help your toddler transition away from breastfeeding and onto other activities. 6. What kind of alternative foods and drinks should I introduce once I've stopped breastfeeding? Once you have stopped breastfeeding, there are a variety of options to help your child transition to other forms of nutrition. Try introducing age-appropriate solids and liquids such as fruits, vegetables, dairy products, proteins including fish and eggs, and rich grains and cereals, and water. Limit sugary foods like candy and desserts until your child is accustomed to eating solid foods. If your child is still having difficulty transitioning to these new items, try offering them as snacks throughout the day or before meals when they are hungrier. It may also be helpful to provide more finger foods that can easily be eaten without utensils for your preschooler's small hands. 7. Are there any resources available if I need extra help during this transition period? There are numerous resources available, both online and in person, that can offer assistance during the weaning process. Local Lalech League chapters may provide support groups for mothers, as well as other breastfeeding-related resources. Online, there are a variety of helpful websites, such as Kelly Mom and the Boob Geek, that have advice on how to successfully wean your toddler. Additionally, many pediatricians specialize in lactation consulting services, and they can be especially useful if your child has any health issues that could affect their ability to breastfeed or transition away from it. With all of these resources available, you don't have to go through this transition alone. We hope this video has helped you gain insight into how to approach weaning your 3-year-old. Remember that it is a gradual process and can take some time, but with patience and understanding from both parents and child, the transition should go as smoothly as possible. If you have any questions or comments about your own experience with weaning, please leave them in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to like this video if it was helpful for you, and subscribe to our channel for more tips on parenting. Thanks for watching.